I don't know if I deserve all that, but again, thank you. So, Alan, when you ask me about to be the key speaker or opening speaker for this, yeah, I really thought about what kind of message I want to give to everybody and what kind of message I would like to receive me as an engineer. Yeah, yes, I lead a big organization, but I'm an engineer as before anything else. Yeah, that's the reason my heart is engineering. And when I was putting the presentation, I thought about what kind of message I would like to receive. Yeah, so I wanna it's gonna be kind of focus on the challenges that we have in automotive. However, for the people who are not in automotive, it might be, I would say, you might think, oh, this is not so complex as the project that we have, but in automotive is quite complex at the moment. So I hope you guys learn something about also the automotive business and can make some comparisons from your business to the business that we are. So the industry, not only the automotive, the whole industry is changing. We have in the middle of what is called an industry 4.0. There's big data, right? The cloud, the augmented reality, have system integration, simulation, Internet of Things, robots, cybersecurity. And when you look into all this, yeah, there's a common denominator, yeah, that is driving this industry 4.0 in my mind is the software and the system part, right? And all these kind of new technologies or things are reshaping very drastically and very quick our industry, the industry that I've been blessed to be for almost 23 years. Yeah, that's the only industry I know. So there's a changing market environment. What it used to be a car 20 years ago, when I start actually developing my first, I would say, engine control unit, that engine control unit, the microcontroller was a 16-bit and it ran at 8 megahertz, right? Now the microcontrollers that we're using in engine control units are 32 bits. They have 3 microcores inside, and they run at 320 megahertz. So we can see how in not in a very short period of time how complexity change and how this keep changing the market. It's not a secret. Yeah, what are the main trends and main, I would say, uh, focus points in the industry for automotive? Connected car, autonomous driving, shared services. We see the new players coming out with the shared services, and the last part is the electrification part, right? I just saw this uh, uh, reading this weekend in Wall Street Journal that General Motors by 2035 they will not have any gasoline cars on their in their dealers. Yeah, everything is going to be an electric car. Yeah, and that brings complexity. Uh, just some data here that is important from my point of view. Let me just move this one. Yeah, so of course, yeah, the connected, the autonomous car is arrived. By 2030, there's an estimation that 700 million cars will be connected, which is 50% of the total cars. 90 million of them will be autonomous vehicles. 250 million will be electric cars, and 600 million will be subscribed to different mobility services. And when we think about it, we think about let's start thinking about the complexities behind it, right? This is just a little snapshot of, for me, the first time I saw this was a very shocking information. So the F-35 fighter, it has 6 million lines of code. The 787, 6.5, in a luxury car today, can talk about Tesla, or can talk about Mercedes, BMW, or the new Hummer, electric Hummer from General Motors. It has over 100 millions of codes. So, and also you can see how many engine microcontrollers are involved into this. Yeah? So we start thinking about complexities. Yeah. So there's a shift towards the car of tomorrow of being more of a computer on wheels. The latest technology that well, not technology, the latest car from Audi, from Volkswagen, is basically a server, where apps are into the car. They're like a kind of a body control module, which in this case is called high performance ECU, runs 3 different operating systems at the same time. So the complexity is high. And when we see all this complexity, yeah, is one problem, right? One single problem, complexity. And to this problem, the way I see it, and I really live it, there's only one solution to it as an engineer. And for me, the solution is the following: engineering excellence. And excellence is not an act, but a habit. Something, as we said in the previous session, Alan, is a habit, because it's not something is going to be done in the next month, right? It's something that takes time, and it takes a constant habit of encouragement, skill development, mindset change, cultural change. So this is, for me, looking back here, the problem is, yes, the complexity, and the solution is just engineering excellence from my point of view. As we have maybe a lot of engineers on this call, we always want to ask why. Why do we have to have this engineering excellence mindset? And the answer are multiple. I want to focus on one very specific one, which touches my personal life. It could be, for instance, the cost of a recall once the car is on the streets. And a few years ago, there was an incident from one Japanese OEM, which was an unintended acceleration. The ignition switch from General Motors. So there's the I would say the safety part, but also the cost. And once we introduce bugs or bugs are not introduced, I found as we go closer and closer to production and SOP, it gets very expensive. So that was one part. Another part could be the recall and the brand reputation that your product will have. But I want to focus, as I said, in one specific reason why. So this, I said, very personal. So this is my family. This is my daughter, Anna. She's 18. She's going to college. Very good, being an engineer. She's my daughter here, Lucia. She's 16. 2 months ago, she got a driver's license. So, and we have my son, Mateo, here, who is 5 years old. I trust my daughters, and they, sometimes take my kid to the park. Yeah. So as we always, went through this, being a not so experienced driver, they're not exposed to different things that could happen on the road. Yeah. So as my daughter, 16, she gets a car. This is the car that she has. It could be, she could be driving in something like this. Yeah. Very nice. A sunny day in Michigan on the streets. Everything is beautiful. Probably this is somewhere in September. The reality, at least where we live in the Detroit and the Michigan area, this is reality of November, December, January, February, and sometime in March, right? So my daughter is driving, days are short, nights are long, there's a lot of snow. And as she's driving, she relies on certain things in the car. She relies on the wipers to work. She relies on the lights to work, on the headlamps to work, on the brakes to work, yeah? And what I was thinking, yeah, why we want engineering excellence? Because I think, I say, what would my daughter do if suddenly this is what she sees? If the headlamps stop working, then she will not be able to see. And thinking that she's driving there with my son as well, I will put her in an immediate danger, right? So of all the reasons that why we need engineering excellence, yeah, for me this is the most important thing. When I put a product out there, I have to think of the people who's going to drive this car, on the potential danger that these millions of people will be exposed to. Yeah, and of course, yeah, mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, but that should be not a result of not doing the right things. So here is we have to expect excellence of ourselves every day. Yeah, very easy to say, a little bit more complicated to execute. Yeah, in our works. I'm very fan of quotes. So we never fail when we try to do our duty. And I'm very good believer if we understand what is our duty as an engineers, yeah, to put a product out there that we are proud of it, yeah. When I was a designer I was a hardware guy, I was so proud of my designs that I said, guys, first 3 other modules gonna fail than mine. So we never, going back to this quote, is we never fail when we try to do our duty, and our duty is to be excellence in what we do. We always fail when we neglected to do it. Yeah, and this is something what happened. Yeah? Sometimes as we try to take the easy way out because it could be quicker, but not require so much time and effort. Yeah. So, but now to getting closer to the end of my presentation. Yeah. So we can do the same thing and think in the same way, and we will always have the same old results. So in order to strive for engineering excellence, and this is again my personal opinion, yeah, we need a new thinking, and we will have new results, right? And what is this new thinking? Yeah, that I believe, truly believe, and also I'm sure Alan, you believe on it. Is first of all, as complexity goes high in engineering, also our expectations should go high. Yeah. And what those expectations should be, and what should be our, I will say, credo or as engineering excellence. So I don't know if I can see here. So I expect of myself, yeah, that I will lead myself to make commitments I will keep. Yeah, and these commitments are basically the triangle of project management. Yeah, to deliver on time, on budget, and with quality. Not they. I am responsible to ensure that I focus on delivering high quality value to the customers. And this customer could be my first customer or my end customer, right? I ensure that quality practices are followed such that the product is safe, secure, and it works. Yeah. In other words, the customer should not find defects. Yeah. When we buy a product, we always expect this product to work. Yeah. And if I will run projects with some project management principles based on data, we focus on earned value, know if the project is on track or not. On quality metrics, we have to monitor and try to always improve. If we don't measure, we cannot improve it. And we talk about processes, and I know, we're in the middle of an agile transformation, but even in the agile, there's some process we need to follow, right? And this process is the process that works for the team. And this has to be very well established, very well known, because without a play, the team that I or the team can follow, they will never get the results that we want. And the last one, this is for me very important, is in order to get to the excellence that we ourselves want to be as an engineer, I should be responsible to get any skills needed to be successful of the above, to meet the above expectations. Nobody's going to come and tell you these are the things that you need to learn, these are the skills that you need to learn. Yes, that might happen, but in my experience happens very, 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 very seldom. We have to have these expectations of what I need to do and how I need to do things, and I need to strive to get those skills. And this, again, very easy, very easy to say, very easy to put it on writing. And this concludes my last part of the presentation. Yeah, and as a humans, I have to believe that we don't grow when things are easy. Yeah, we only grow in this thing, and in this case, as engineers, as developers. Yeah, when we face challenges, and we're facing big challenges in the industry now. Alan, that's all my presentation for today. I hope was not boring for anybody.
Mauricio, it was brilliant.